Sam Quint. When the government has a job they can't handle, they get him.
You are a thief.
Hell yes.
His specialty is getting in.
What makes you think I'd help you?
You have an honest face.
Getting out.
You've got no help, no nothing. You've got 3 days.
And getting away with it.
What exactly do you expect me to do for you?
Not a thing.
You know this man?
No.
But this time the rules are different.
I'm gonna take all the heat that comes down on my head. I'm gonna transfer it to your body.
The stakes are higher.
You betrayed me.
I only wish I had.
Because stealing from Sam Quint is the biggest mistake you can make. Now he's going in. After her. After them. After the Black Moon.
The game is over.
I wish there were a couple of ways we could do this.
There's only one way.
Tommy Lee Jones. Linda Hamilton. Bubba Smith. Robert Vaughn. From the mind of John Carpenter. Black Moon Rising.
I mean, this was a movie I thought was fun when I saw it as a kid, and it's not like, like I said, the audience has to decide if you like these movies or not. We're not passing judgment. I don't know that I'll go back to this one for a while. I feel like I've seen it now.
I have seen it. I did love her apartment.
Yeah.
But she owns that building that's just
They hook up quick in this, huh?
Well, and that was the other one. It was like, okay, this is more to the formula of, all right, it's saucy time. But I also love that it wasn't cheap or gratuitous.
Yeah.
It was, nicely lit, and you can dream about Linda all you want, but you didn't come away feeling that she cheapened herself or something.
I'm sure she has the brains to go into the discussions on the film about how is that scene going to be shot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that is talked out. She seems like the type of actress who's going to want to know everything and make you stick to it. Like we was supposed to go this way. So I wonder if Tommy Lee Jones was the first pick for this. This feels like it may have been designed for somebody else. And what might have happened, since we do know a thing or two about Tommy Lee Jones, is maybe it was a different script for a different actor. He steps in and then he makes some changes that kind of led to a sort of a convoluted.
On the Eyes of Laura Mars.
Yeah, which he would only have gotten if earned or through arbitration. So that meant he did some writing on it that was pretty serious.
Yeah.
That
was like, I went, wow, okay.
It's funny because on movies like that, or, a lot of times people fight to take their names off.
Yeah.
But his name's on it. I don't know how this worked, but it's a great concept, right? You got the supercar and thieves are I just think a lot of the people, I agree with your point about Robert Vaughn, are just they're not that charismatic. Like, I mean, this really does take really good charismatic actors. Not even if you don't have a purpose or a grand scheme, it really takes gravitas in playing a scene. You need something. And he just doesn't have it. This is before the funny, witty, pithy villain came into vogue, right? So he played it straightforward, but I'm wondering too, like, I wonder who they would have gotten if he was the first choice for that part, because it's weird. Hamilton works for him, but she seems to have her own autonomy, and there's a whole Bond-like organization of guys in blue jumpsuits that take these cars apart and sell them. And the first thing I thought is there's hundreds of guys working here. It's not going to take long for the feds to sweep through this place and arrest all these guys. There's way too many people to talk, but whatever. So do you have any highlight? Did you work with anybody from this? Did you work with?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I have to pull it up. But off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Your boy Clint worked with Tommy Lee Jones, but said he would never work with him again. I know
Yeah, I want to work with Ving Lee, man. Or Lee
he was
Ving,
great.
sorry.
He's great. Still doing it too.
I did. I actually. Okay. Keenan Wynn, I love.
And he's good in
Uh,
it. He's good in this.
I had an opportunity, Big Town. Um, so I met with Tommy Lee. This would be right when he's kind of taken stride. He did Big Town with Matt Dillon, and as this is again, this is what brought up from watching The Park Is Mine. It's like they bring up Tommy Lee and they bring up Matt Dillon, and then they pepper us Canadians in there. And I was going to be in the opening scene playing the dice game. That's what it's all about.
Craps.
It's the arm. He's got the arm. He's got the lucky arm for playing whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. And then I had a scheduling conflict. I got the part, and then I had a scheduling conflict, and I couldn't do it because they changed directors. But I met Tommy Lee because we did a whole. What is the name of the game where you throw dice down and the pass line?
Craps.
Craps. So we all had to meet at the Sutton Place. We got a hotel room, and they took us all through how to make it look like we know what the fuck we're doing in craps. So I met Tommy Lee then, but yeah, didn't actually work with him.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think if there's anyone on this I've worked with either on either film. Park Is Mine is primarily Canadian, although I do have a lot of fun watching it. I don't have as much fun watching Black Moon Rising. I feel Black Moon Rising's a little tight. I think you know where Black Moon Rising is going.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, which is
It
maybe
almost
why.
feels like a Miami Vice episode.
And it might have been. Remember, we were
Yeah,
talking about that before. We were talking about movies that may have been like television episodes that were, you know, we talked about that with Manhunter, how Manhunter, in a sense, felt like it might have been a Miami Vice episode that they
yeah,
couldn't get on the production schedule. So it became its own movie with a Miami Vice sort of stylized approach, which is, it's a fun movie. I don't know. But I mean, this is a movie that I could easily see being remade. I can see Black Moon Rising coming out again with
yeah,
like a super hyped up car and a cast and all that. I mean, they do it again. I mean, clearly the people of Fast and Furious have seen this movie.
yeah.
And maybe that's why they don't do a remake, because you have these Fast and Furious films of which Universal is still paying the mortgage on.
This is Peter Coyne from The Godfathers. NMOSD is a killer. Help find a cure for NMOSD and with it cancer. Please go to the Guthrie Jackson Foundation and donate today. Thank you.